Welcome back to Tipping Point. I'm your host, Kara McKinney. Look what we have here. Newsmax joining the rest of the mainstream media and pushing fake news about President Trump's campaign stop in Michigan. They've since changed it, but the damage is done. The headlines are accusing Trump of calling any and all migrants non-human animals. And you can already see where this is going because we've lived through this exact same media hoax before, but President Trump was instead referring to the alleged murder of Georgia nursing student Laken Riley and to other criminal illegal aliens just like him guilty of heinous crimes against American citizens. Watch.
The 22-year-old nursing student in Georgia who was barbarically murdered by an illegal alien animal. The Democrats say, please don't call them animals. They're humans. I said, no, they're not humans. They're not humans. They're animals. Nancy Pelosi told me that. She said, please don't use the word animal, sir, when you're talking about these people. I said, I'll use the word animal because that's what they are.
Joining us now to discuss is Libby Emmons, the editor-in-chief of the Post Millennial. Libby, thanks for being here tonight.
Sure thing, Kara.
So another hoax is being birthed right before our eyes, much like the bloodbath comment of a few weeks ago. And I know you're particularly interested to see how such hoaxes will affect the election this time around. So what's your gauge on this latest one?
Yeah, I think it's very similar to the bloodbath hoax. Again, this was the Biden campaign taking Trump entirely out of context, not providing the additional things that he had said around it. And they know, I mean, the Biden campaign is, good at this. The left is very good at this, particularly very good at taking one little snippet out of context and blasting it across social media before anyone really even has a chance to check out what the truth is. I do think that it's important for media, specifically conservative media, to make sure to call out each one of these hoaxes as they happen in real time as quickly as possible to let everyone know that this is actually not what it looks like, or not how it's being framed. I think that's really important. They're going to try and do this over and over and over again from now until November. This isn't going to stop. In fact, it's going to continue getting worse.
It will. I will say one thing. I like how President Trump got ahead of the curve on this one, using, and you can see right there, stop Biden's border bloodbath. So repurposing the phrase from a few weeks ago with the other hoax they tried to use against him when they tried to say that basically he was going to lead some huge insurrection army to, commit this bloodbath, to destroy American democracy or whatever if he, quote unquote, doesn't get his way in 2024, this year's election. Of course, he was talking about the auto industry, what they were going to face under another term of Biden. But I like how he's able to repurpose the bloodbath term because it got all those headlines and they wanted to purposely misunderstand him and purposely do what they did. And so now he's saying, well, talk about a bloodbath. You want to talk about a real bloodbath? Look at what's going on at the border because of Biden. And so that's the situation we find ourselves in now. But I think it's a lot harder for the Democrats and the media to get away with it when now the illegal immigration issues become such a problem in so many even Democrat areas where people are losing access to their own benefits and community centers, and there's a lot more crime going on. So it's a little bit harder of a sell because I think a lot of people know, what Trump's context was are the criminals coming over and who are hurting us and who are robbing and raping and pillaging and all the rest. So it's a little harder, I think, this time around for them to do the hoaxes and to pull the wool over our eyes. But talking about hoaxes, there's another headline you're bringing to our attention. The Post Millennial's reporting this one. Very interesting. So McKenzie studies claiming DEI is profitable for U.S. firms is now debunked by professors at Econ Journal Watch. Libby, what can you tell us about this?
Yeah, so McKenzie is one of the primary researchers that had done all these studies to say that publicly traded companies would be better off financially and more competitive if they implemented diversity, equity, and inclusion practices. And, you had a lot of people coming after that saying like, oh, well, if we're a big corporation, we want to do well. Let's implement these DEI practices and we'll be very successful. Perhaps diversity is the way to profitability. And these professors discovered that, in fact, these studies from McKenzie were totally fake. They just didn't show what McKenzie had said that they would show, and pushing diversity, equity, and inclusion over merit-based hiring practices and promotion practices is not actually the way to profitability. So it's pretty fascinating because these McKenzie studies are what so much of it was based on.